A package in the mail, MSX games from Japan. Collecting without fail, those shoot 'em ups, and that's the plan. He doesn't just collect them, he also codes them too. Join us and we'll go on electric adventures with you.
Hey YouTubers, Electric Adventures here with my monthly update for May 2021. Just a general chat to the camera about what's been happening down this way. We are still lucky to be virus free compared to other places of the world. That's a very unusual status, although some of it has made it onto the mainland lately. And actually in 2 days I'm getting vaccinated as well, so we'll see how that goes. But back on to gaming. Don't have a lot of pickups. I actually only have these particular ones in front of me because I only actually got them the other day. My daughter, second older daughter, who is sort of living in one end of our house, and has a PlayStation 3 in there. She's just about played all those games to death. I have an Xbox One. I showed it on the previous video, like probably about 6 months ago, that a friend of mine gave me. I haven't really played it a lot other than to replay the Halo games, so I thought I'd put that in her room to give her a few more games to play, and she actually started playing the Rare Replay. And when I was at our local shopping centre just the other day, one of the stores was having like a pre-owned games clearance, so I still had a voucher for that store left over from my birthday, so I bought a few games. Now, not all of these are ones that I will necessarily play, but my daughter will most definitely be interested in them. Now, the first one, I've heard other people talk about this one, but I don't know a lot about it, is called Rime. Looks very interesting and probably something my daughter would like to play. Now, she's a particular fan of the Final Fantasy games, so there was this Final Fantasy Type 0 HD. I don't know whether that's a full game or not, or just a bit of a game and a demo. She's a big D&D fan, and so am I, and this was only $5. It does require a live gold membership, so if she wants to play it she'll have to get her own membership. But it's Morrowind, it's so Elder Scrolls Online Morrowind. It's only $5. I was sort of reading it, and this is probably the one for me. Although she's into Dungeons and Dragons, she might be interested in. I really liked the games Icewind Dale and Baldur's Gate, and also Diablos, and this is a reasonably recent game that's in that particular style, and it's Pillars of Eternity. And I've actually been on a lookout for a copy of this for quite some time for the PlayStation 4, but I haven't found it yet, and this was so cheap I thought I'd grab it. So it's got complete edition includes the expansion, the White March Parts 1 and 2, so everything that came out for it. And I'm actually looking forward to playing that at some stage. So the daughter, she's got her own room with a little mini lounge area we've set up, so when she's not there I'll be able to sneak in there and play it in there, because we do have TV contention in our house, and I did have that Xbox One on our main TV, and I never really got a chance to play it, so yeah, maybe that might assist. Apart from that, so really have not had any other pickups at all. I've been playing with my 3D printer. Somebody made a design for a original Spectravideo cartridge. Now, my first print didn't go so well. There's a couple of, I've only partially trimmed this because it didn't quite work properly, and the clips they've got to clip the cartridge together have already broken just when I was taking it apart. But it's a work in progress. So I'll see if they've done an updated version of it and give it another go. But it's when that's finished and with appropriate trimming, that properly, and you put a label over that, that's not too bad. So Spectravideo cartridges are very small. They're actually exactly the same size as Atari 8-bit ones, but they've got different bottom here where it goes into the machine. You can, with a bit of cutting, use an Atari 8-bit cartridge, so which is what my original plan was when I was going to publish my my homebrew titles for the original Spectravideo. I only expected low quantities anyway, but if I can print some shells, and I do have multiple colours, I even have a nice translucent colour as well. I haven't used the 3D printer for a while, and you never know, one of my cats might have knocked it and it mightn't be quite level, so I do have it turned on in the background. It's warming up. I'm going to do another test print to try and re-level it. So really not a lot of other pickups. I haven't started my renovations of the game room. I'm going to, behind the camera here, replace those shelves with new adjustable ones that are a little bit bigger. I'm going to put all my Nintendo titles there. So at the moment there's only my Super Nintendo there, and you've got Nintendo 64 over there, and the NES is over there, and you've got the Famicom over here. So they're all over the room, and I thought I'd start, you know, doing theming areas, so I'm building enough space to hold those titles, and the magazines will still stay down the bottom as well. And then when I finish that section, I'm going to do the same thing for the section where I've got all the MSX, and the Famicom will be gone there, which will give it more room, because my MSX collection has been growing. Now I do have some more titles on the way, mostly for MSX, but you just never know with freight at the moment. They're just some of them are taking forever, so hopefully in later in this month we'll have some more MSX gameplay videos of some new MSX homebrews, and there's even some original MSX games coming from a friend of mine in the UK as well, so lots coming up there. Now other than that, I've had a very busy homebrew month. I have made a lot of progress with Sydney Hunter and the Caverns of Death. A lot of people will probably say it's about time, it's been such a long development process, but I finally have all 10 levels, and that includes all of the enemies, their movement logic, all of the placement of the objects, all of the puzzles, so you can actually now finish the game. There are obviously we're down to real beta testing now. I have fixed actually quite a lot of bugs already. There are still more to go, of course, and it needs, you know, that period of extensive game playing by the beta testers where they go and they play, you know, hopefully all the way through, and just finds those little things that I haven't found in my umpteen playthroughs, because I probably do the same thing every time. You know, hopefully I'm showing a bit of video while I'm talking about this. You know, I fixed all of the graphical issues. The NES is actually very slow, and you know, it's easy to update an entire screen. So you turn off the screen, draw a whole screen, and then show it. But if you've got an active screen, changing things on that screen while you are, you know, doing the screen that's not a sprite, you've only got a certain limited number of those you can do per vertical blank. So if you want to make some changes to the screen, like in Sydney Hunter, the lava has to rise, as an example, there's actually quite a lot of screen updates that need to happen. So you need to, I've written like a pipeline thing that sets them up and then progresses them over multiple vertical blanks. So it does them a bit. So you don't really see it in the human eye. You occasionally maybe see an object appear on the screen that's not the right colour, and then it changes back to the colour you know, a millisecond later. But that's the limits of the system. But the game's actually looking really well and playing reasonably well. I'm sure there's more little collision detection problems, you know, like so you jump and you go through a platform and things like that, so I'm working on those. And I'm about to go, the artist gave me a brand new set of sprites, which includes the sprite shapes for sliding down the ropes and climbing up the ropes. So I'm about to go through all of the Sydney Hunter sprite shapes and just redo them all, which will clean them up a little bit. And so we're getting very close, and the only other functionality I need to do, I need to put in an end screen. And the Super Nintendo version does have a couple of boss fights. I'm just going to review how much space I've got left in the cartridge, and if I've got enough room in the cartridge, it's mainly for the bosses themselves. The screens aren't a problem. I'll see if I can put those couple of boss fights in there just to polish it off. So it's looking very, very close, very excited about it. I'm getting it finished off, and then I'll be moving back onto my ColecoVision titles. So to review them, we've got Berserk for the ColecoVision, which is actually in beta testing, so I need to go back and fix the bugs that people have found. we have the conversion of my game for the MSX and Spectravideo called Pixidis, which is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up. And sorry, my 3D printer has decided to fire up right now. I was also working on a little conversion of Sequest across to the Coleco and MSX, and then my port of Kangaroo. So I do have lots of homebrew titles on the way. Just need a bit more. Well, I'm trying to really focus on Sydney Hunter and just get that out of the way, because that's been a huge project that's taken way too long. And then I'll switch back over to Z80 and power back into my Coleco, MSX and Spectravideo projects. And I'll continue experimenting with the 3D printer to get that going with the cases. I've been playing my 1-Up Attack of Mars pinball. Really enjoying that. I play that pretty much every time I come in the room, and I love most of the tables, most of the 10 tables. There's enough tables on there that I really like, and my scores are getting better. Although I do say my Attack from Mars scores, I seem to be stuck at a particular point, whereas some of the other tables I'm definitely getting better at. But love it, enjoy it, and you know, hope to get a real pinball one day in the future. And I still have lots of arcade repairs to go, so as you can see by not all the screens are lit up behind me, I have quite a few monitor repairs to do. But maybe later in the year, when I get a bit of holidays that I can really focus on those sort of things, I can get some of those going. Or even, oh, there's a long weekend coming up actually, so you never know. Alright, so only a really quick update video this time, and I'll, you know, possibly do another video update on Sydney Hunter when it's, you know, when it's down to those last couple of bugs, and some of the other homebrew projects as I do them. Yeah, that's about all I've got for this time. So I'm Electric Adventures. Thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.